Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. Y'all, I should have did by here, but I just didn't feel like it. Anyways, I'm here with the dream, y'all. I'm here with the dream, y'all. I'm here with the dream. This is somewhat connected to the last message because I just feel the Holy Spirit saying that we are dismantling this this new age family value that is going on in the world today. Okay, so here's the dream, y'all. In this dream, I saw a woman that had just had a newborn baby. She was being forced to live with her child's father as well as his boyfriend, and she was having to accept physical abuse as well as mental abuse while living in this situation. And that's what I wrote down, but really this dream was quite extensive of the things that was going on, because it was just like, you know, the child's father was being very abusive, okay, as well as the boyfriend. They both were being abusive. However, the child's father was being physically abusive. And it was just all of this hate being put up on this woman. The scripture comes from Ecclesiastes 8 and 10. Meanwhile, I saw wicked men approach and enter, and as they left the sacred place, they were praised in the city for what they had done. This also is vanity, because the sentence against evildoers is promptly executed. Therefore, the hearts of men are filled with the desire to commit evil, because the sinner does evil 100 times and survives. Though indeed I know that it shall be well with those who fear God, for their reverence toward him, and that it shall not be well with the wicked man, and he shall not prolong his shadowy days for his lack of reverence towards God. We all know, okay, as Christians, this is not the way that God meant for the family unit to be in any shape, form, or fashion. Period. 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 It's wrong. Period. Okay. And it is getting like, in this dream, all I could feel was like I could feel the woman's emotions of heartache and sadness and depression. And it's just like, just the pain of being in a position to where you have dedicated your life to someone who is not dedicating their life to you. And it was it was giving the energy, the child's father's energy, or husband, okay, supposed to be husband, energy was giving, you only here to have kids for me. And that, like, yes, women are meant to be helpers for men. Yes, women are meant to have children and to raise family and be nurturers. But how can you expect a woman to be a nurturer if all she is receiving is hate, anger, and envy? Okay, because it and that's what it felt. It felt like it was envious. Like the men they were being envious towards the woman because she was a woman, and I've seen several people make a statement that a lot of times when men decide that they want to live their lives that kind of way, either they had spent long-term sentences in jail, and because they were just surrounded by men, that's what they like now, or that something happened to them when they were children. And as they became adults and as they went through life, that behavior was never corrected. Nothing ever happened. They never had an encounter that made them stop and think, wait, this isn't right. They never had that moment where they sat and realized that what was going on was wrong. They never went to therapy so that what happened to them could be healed. If they did go to therapy, what happened to them was not spoken about and it was swept under a rug. And if in today's time, a lot of women are taking out time to access the childhoods that we had, accept what happened to us, and forgive those that did us wrong, regardless if we receive an apology or not. But men are not, it's between them not being given the opportunity to do so, as well as just not, like, I understand. I can't say I understand because I'm not a man in any shape, form, or fashion. So I don't exactly understand, but I can How do I say? I can sympathize with the fact of a man feeling as though society pushes them to have this persona that he's a man and he's strong and he'll get through it and everything's okay and everything is going to work out and everything is good. A lot of times men are feeling pressured that they have to be strong and they have to just like they have to hold everything in. A lot of times they are feeling as though they can't cry. I'm being reminded of the song by Life Jennings, Cry. It is such a beautiful song. And you know, he even says in that he says this in a song, I'm a man and sometimes we cry. And you know, when you cry, it like he says that too, when you cry, it release, it's a release. It's a release. And I just feel like God is saying that when men are having to, you know, going through all these emotions and going through all these things, they really need to take out the time to go and get therapy. Go and get therapy, because this is a mental thing. This is a mental thing. I recently watched a video, I think it was last week, of a doctor saying that it is 0% chance that you can change your gender. A 0% chance. It doesn't matter what kind of surgery you get done. There is a 0% chance that you are going to be able to fully change your gender. So many people that have went and paid all this money for these surgeries are coming out and they are feeling like they have destroyed their bodies and that they really just needed somebody to talk to. And I just feel like God is saying, like, wake up, wake up. There, like, it's only two genders. It's male and female. And this is not it. This is not a healthy environment, not only for the adults involved, but also for the children. Because in reality, the actual father of the child is in a position where his manhood is constantly being suppressed by his boyfriend. He has to constantly go to his wife or his baby mom, whatever, you know, and feel as though he has to stand over her and make her feel small, because his boyfriend over there is suppressing him. So now he has to come and make his girl, he has to make her feel small and make her feel like she's under him. So it's kind of, and you know, this is like a natural thing for men. Men are territorial. Men are naturally more aggressive. Men are natural. They are supposed to be this way. This is a natural thing for men. This is just like the trends that came out, being aggressive towards women and saying women do not own periods and women do not own vaginas and women don't own this. Yes, we do. Like, and it's not to say we own it as if we bought it, but if you were born with it, that's what it is. That's what you are. You are what you were born with. But because even if you have surgeries, even if you take hormones, even if you do all these things, you are who you are. That is why naturally they wanted to come online and be aggressive and angry towards women. And you know, this kind of thing, it scares me, but it doesn't scare me. It scares me in a sense of the danger that it puts women in. Because if there are people like that that are thinking that way, that are being aggressive like that online, I could not imagine how this person would be if they were standing face to face with a real woman having an argument with this, and they could actually hurt somebody. And it's ridiculous, okay? And I just feel like God is saying this is not the way it's supposed to be. Meanwhile, I saw wicked men approach and enter, and as they left the sacred place, they were praised in the city for what they had done. God is saying this is wicked. That this man, regardless if this man tricked the woman into believing that he was straight, and then he just out of nowhere, all of a sudden he is not straight, and she has to accept this, and she has to accept that, and she has to deal with this. And it's just, we live in a world today, if you are the kind of person, you know, if you are a full-blown Christian and your values, you don't want your child growing up confused, thinking that, like, and looking at their father and their father's boyfriend, like, what's going on? It's confusion. It's complete confusion. Children do not need to grow up in confusion. They already confused as is. They're already trying to figure out things as is. So why in the world would you want to put your child in a position to where they just gonna be all the confused? And like, it's just crazy. And God is telling me right now, these kind of things, it used to be the situation where these kind of things will be hidden behind a closet or hidden underneath the rug or hidden underneath the bed. And that was all out in the open. And I already talked about my own experience with this. And it is not fair. If you want to live your life a certain kind of way, do you, boo. Live your life however you want to. But don't be trying to pull other people into it. Don't be trying to force other people to accept it. Don't be trying to, like you can, it's not fair and it's not right. It's wicked. It's wicked. And in today's times, we are sitting around praising wickedness. We are sitting around praising evil. This is evil. It is evil. It is evil. It is evil. And my heart weeps for the children that are going to have to grow up in this world confused. 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 Don't know what's going. Confused. And then when they become adults, they may actually resent their parents because their parents are the reason that they will grow up confused. This is vanity. It's vanity. It's vanity because this is an ideal, like this, the only reason, okay, this man, the father of the child, would want something like this for their child is the idea of their lust and what they want and how they feel and they're not thinking about anybody else in the situation. They're not thinking about not only how the mother of the child is feeling and how depressed she is, but don't care about the boyfriend and how he feels because he got feelings too. And I'm not just coming on here saying that I hate. I don't hate nobody. Do whatever you want to do. But that's unfair to everybody in the situation. Because 9 out of 10, every time the mother of the child gets some love, the boyfriend is mad. And he feels some kind of way. Every time the mother and the father decide that they're going to go out and they're going to do something with their child or they're going to spend time with their child, now all of a sudden the boyfriend is mad. He feeling some kind of way. He don't understand. He don't understand this. He don't understand that. Everything is falling apart. And it's just like I don't know if y'all can hear that banging, but it's just complete like chaos. It's just complete chaos going on. A bunch of chaos going on. Every day is just something new. Every day is something new. The one day he wake up, he want to be over there, and the next day he wake up, he over there. The child confused, the father confused, the mother confused, the boyfriend, everybody confused. God says it is not meant for families to be in complete confusion and disarray. It makes no sense. It makes no logic. This is not the way that God designed us to be, and it is not the way God designed us to live. And this is very well part of the reason the whole world is under a wrath. That's the message, y'all. Complete chaos. Complete chaos. Complete nonsense. Nothing is making sense. Everything in disarray. Everything is out of order. The last thing I'm going to point out, for their reverence toward him, and that it shall not be well with the wicked man, and he shall not prolong his shadowy days, for his lack of reverence towards God. So God is saying that it shall be well with those of us who fear the Lord. It shall be well with those of us who fear God. If you get in a relationship with somebody and God is telling you, no, that ain't the person for you, regardless of how perfect they seem, regardless of how sweet they may seem, regardless of all these things, it doesn't mean that they are a bad person or they're just an awful person, because it could be something that you don't even know. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you get married to somebody, you have children with this person, God been telling you no the whole time. Out of nowhere, they wake up and all of a sudden they want to go and they want to be with somebody of the same sex, and now you and your children are going to have to deal with that. So always keep your ear to listen to what God is commanding you. Always be in a steadfast to listen to what God is telling you. And some people are always being judgy and they're trying to say, oh, well, I don't understand why you're having such a hard time finding somebody. Every time you have a relationship, it's not working out. This happens to so many people. No, and like it's very few people walking this earth that they only dated one person their entire life. Okay, very few, very few, very few, very few, very few. And a lot of people like to try to pretend like they've been perfect their whole life. But if God tell you, no, I said no, that's not the one for you, I want you out of there, you should listen. And I'm telling you, not only as somebody that has been in something, I'm telling you, if God say run, 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 run. God is protecting you from something. You don't know what God is protecting you from, but God is protecting you from things. And there are certain things, it would be a heartache, a heartbreak to end up in this kind of predicament. It will be heartbreaking. And then you would have to be in a position to, if, do you want to stay with your child's father and deal with that? Or do you want to separate and then you don't know what your child's father and his boyfriend are doing to your baby on the weekends? I just feel like God is saying everything is completely out of order. Everything out of order. Out of order, out of order, and out of line. And God said everything, we need to get this back together. We need to, for God's children, for the children of God, for the children of God, know that this is not acceptable in God's kingdom. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.